One of my favorite things about creepypastas is their ability to mutate and evolve over time, like some sort of digital ghost. They seem to linger in the darkest corners of the internet, waiting for just the right moment to pop back up and surprise us all. The earliest examples of copypastas can be traced back to the early days of the internet, when people started copying and pasting stories from one website to another in an effort to spread them as far and wide as possible. The stories themselves were often bizarre and disturbing, but they were also highly shareable. This led to what we now call creepypasta, a type of horror story that is specifically designed to be copied and pasted across the internet, haunting the online communities it visits with each telling. Creepypastas are usually short stories or anecdotes that are meant to be scary or disturbing. They often take place in familiar settings such as homes, schools, or workplaces, but with a horrifying twist. For example, one popular creepypasta tells the story of a man who finds a hidden room in his new house that contains a dark secret from the previous owner, or a woman who discovers a creepy old diary that reveals a sinister plot. These stories are often written in first person to create a sense of immediacy and personal connection with the reader. They may also use vivid imagery and sensory detail to transport the reader into the story and make them feel like they're re-experiencing the events firsthand. But what makes creepypastas so creepy? Well, it's likely a combination of factors. First, there's the element of surprise. Creepypastas are often unexpected and can catch the reader off guard. This can trigger a fight or flight response in the brain, leading to feelings of fear or anxiety. Second, there's the sense of dread. As the story unfolds, the reader is often aware that something terrible is about to happen, but they don't know exactly what it is. This suspense can build until the climax of the story, which may be sudden and shocking. Finally, there's the psychological component. Many creepypastas explore our deepest fears and phobias, such as fear of the dark, fear of isolation, or fear of the unknown. By confronting these fears head-on, we may experience a sense of catharsis, but we're also likely to feel disturbed. So where do these spooky stories come from? Well, some creepypastas are based on real-life events, while others are completely fictional. Some are written by amateur horror authors who post their work online for fun, while others are shared by people who claim to have experienced the events firsthand. It's not always easy to separate fact from fiction, which adds to the intrigue and mystery surrounding creepypastas. And because they're often shared on anonymous platforms like 4chan or Reddit, it can be difficult to verify the identity and credibility of the person sharing the story. This only adds to the creepiness factor, as we don't know whether or not to trust what we're rereading. Now, one of the things that makes creepypastas so unique is the way they spread from person to person, much like a game of telephone. As a story is retold, details may change or be added, and the overall tone and meaning of the story may also shift. This is part of what makes creepypastas so fascinating. We're not just reading a static text on a screen, we're participating in a living, breathing tradition of storytelling. Let's take, for example, the story of Ben Drowned. It's a creepypasta about a boy named Ben, who drowned in a lake and whose spirit is now trapped in the static of television sets. The story was originally posted to 4chan in 2010 and quickly gained popularity. As the story spread, different versions began to emerge. Some versions included more graphic details, while others focused more on the psychological aspects of the story. In addition to changing details, some tellers might add their own personal experiences to the narrative, claiming that they had seen Ben on their own TV or heard his voice coming from the static. These additions helped to blur the line between fiction and reality, making the story even more unsettling. As the story continues to circulate, it will no doubt continue to evolve and change. Who knows what new details or characters will be added in the next telling, and that's part of what makes creepypastas so exciting. We never know what we're gonna get, but creepypastas aren't just scary stories, they're also a reflection of our culture and society. Many creepypastas explore themes of isolation, alienation, and the dark side of human nature. They also often deal with topics that are taboo or controversial, such as cannibalism, necrophilia, and child abuse. This can be disturbing for some readers, but it also reflects the darker aspects of human behavior that we may not want to confront. But despite their disturbing subject matter, many people are drawn to creepypastas. Some say it est because they provide a safe way to confront our fears and explore the darker aspects of human nature. Others say it's because they remind us that we're not alone in this world, even if we feel isolated or alienated. Whatever the reason, creepypastas continue to thrive online. One of the most popular places to find creepypastas is on the subreddit No Sleep, where users can post their original stories and other users can vote on whether or not to remove them. Another popular site is Creepypasta Wiki, which is a collaborative platform where users can submit and edit creepypasta entries. These platforms provide a space for people to share their scary stories and also a community of readers who are interested in hearing them. Now, it's important to note that not all creepypastas are created equal. Some are well written and truly terrifying, while others are poorly written and not very scary at all. However, even the worst creepypasta is still a fascinating example of online folklore. One of the most famous creepypastas is Jeff the Killer. This story is about a teenager who kills his family and becomes an unstoppable killing machine. The story is extremely violent and disturbing, but it has become one of the most well-known creepypastas of all time. Another popular creepypasta is Smile Dog, which tells the story of a cursed dog that brings bad luck to anyone who sees it. This story is less violent than Jeff the Killer, but it's still very effective at being creepy and unsettling. However, I think one of the best examples of a creepypasta is the Russian sleep experiment. This story is about a group of scientists who conduct a sleep experiment on a group of Russian soldiers with terrifying results. What makes this story so effective is the way it builds suspense and dread. The story starts out slow and methodical, which helps to create a sense of unease. As the story progresses and the experiments become more and more intense, the tension builds until it reaches a fever pitch. The story is also very gory and disturbing, which makes it even more effective. The vivid descriptions of the experiments and their effects on the soldiers are truly horrifying. Overall, the Russian sleep experiment is a masterclass in creepypasta storytelling. It's a terrifying tale that will stay with readers long after they finish the story. Creepypasta can be a lot of fun to read. They're really a great way to get a good scare, and they also offer a glimpse into the darker aspects of our culture and society. Just remember that not all creepypastas are created equal and that some of them can be quite disturbing. If you're looking for a good creepypasta, there are plenty of places to find them online. Just do a quick search for creepypasta and you'll find a wealth of terrifying tales at your fingertips. So do you have a favorite creepypasta? If so, share it with us in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching and happy haunting.